What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. So today I wanted to do a second Rezolve video only because they made me look like a fool, because I did a video right here going over some of the data points and stuff like that. But I wanted to kind of break it down on what caused this and my kind of 2 cents on all of it. Before we get into any of that, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So when it comes to Rezolve, they did drop a bomb that caused it to really kill the momentum, and that was this right here. So Rezolve AI announces 250 million registered direct offering led by existing and new fundamental institutional investors, roughly around 62.5 mil at a price of $4. So in case those of you that aren't familiar with kind of issuance like this, whenever a company does disclose the share price, usually it gravitates towards that. So it goes down to $4 per share and stuff like that. So there's a couple ways how to interpret this. One is the timing is very, very poor because following almost a week ago when they had the 13th call, they didn't hint at this whatsoever. So this again kind of came out of left field. But more specifically, if we kind of look here, so it says January the 20th, they came to this deal. Looking at the recent price action, Rezolve has been above $4 for about 4 or 5 days, consecutive days. And so ultimately, for instance, even if they came to this deal, let's say the 15th, the average I'd say was probably like 430, 440. So they did feel, I know Dan always likes to say that, hey, we're undervalued and blah, 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 which potentially there could be arguments made that they are. But for a company to price it at $4 when they were arguably at like 430 and above, that goes to show that the company itself either desperately needs money or they think that they're overvalued. So Dan is definitely giving very inconsistent vibes because to the public, he's saying that we're undervalued and we have a lot of big potential, blah, blah, blah. Then they go and do $4 per share. Whereas realistically, if they did $5, maybe the market wouldn't have sold off to the extent that they did. The market might have actually accepted this 62.5 million. Most likely not, but still it wouldn't have been kind of hit this bad. One thing as well, you can kind of see is AGP. This is why I've really stated, actually, to be honest, in my earlier video, I mentioned how there was no new analyst ratings, could be seeing some big players. A lot of those B firms that I've always kind of hated, they're all listed right here. Like it kind of feels like it's this orchestrated type of thing. Not speculating on anything because I don't want any kind of dumb lawsuit against me from Rezolve, but yeah, if I didn't know any better, if you're looking here, these are all the companies that have given Rezolve ratings. AGP, you have also Maxim, Cantor, Roth, Northland, all of them have been giving ratings. So it's kind of weird if you think about it. The only ones giving them ratings are the ones pretty much new fundamental institutional investors. So it definitely, this is very, very sketchy. And this is something I've brought up in the past when it was really moving higher. Rezolve did PR blitzes. They put out news every single day to trick algorithmic trading. And one thing that I did bring up in my earlier video was, oddly enough, these transactions. So you did have institutions in a group like fashion really buying Rezolve. And based on the actual timestamp, it looks like it was most likely 1 or 2 entities. So they did trick algorithmic trading to really push Rezolve higher, caused it to go as crazy of this price action. It caused it to go to the high of, what was it, 488 before they did dump it. So I think this is honestly one of the purest definitions of a pump and dump today. Whether obviously Rezolve recovers or not or whatever, that's yet to be seen, but definitely today had sketchiness written all over it. And so you can kind of listen to my earlier video right before this crazy drop, before they issued the dilution. And one thing as well to take note of though is they didn't submit any SEC form, so it's really hard to kind of see the terms and stuff like that. but still, for face value, this definitely isn't great whatsoever. So let me know your general thoughts on Rezolve. When it comes to shorts, they did feed off of all of this, and they're increasing now 577,000 shares. 31.6% of the free float is being shorted. So for those of you wanting a short squeeze play, shorts are definitely overextending themselves. So you never know, anything could happen. But this is one thing that I was really worried about, was shorts really getting on, like Rezolve getting on their radar. So let me know your viewpoint. This is just a quick video, follow-up video, just to go over my 2 cents. Which again, there could be arguments made in either way, but I think right now this just was very, very poor timing, and it just doesn't really look good. Retail that was kind of buying into this hype today was pretty much used for exit liquidity ultimately. So let me know your thoughts. Like I said, take advantage of these right here. So my promotion that I mentioned in my earlier video as well, despite Rezolve doing all the crap it's doing, all the day trades I did put out are on fire today. So pop over to my stacked account. I have a $10 promotion only up until the end of this week. So sign up while you can. With all that said, appreciate all of you watching.